Come in, come in. Don't just stand there in the dark. The fog is thick tonight, isn't it? It feels as if the mountain itself is trying to swallow the village whole. Sit here on the Ondol. Feel that heat. It starts from the stones beneath you and slowly travels up to your heart. In Korea, we say the Ondol is the temperature of Jeong, of deep, unspoken love. But remember, where there is warmth, there is always a shadow waiting. Tonight, I will tell you about the Gumiho. Not the pretty girls you see in modern dramas. No, I'm talking about the ancient beast. A fox with 9 tails that lived for 999 years. Imagine that. 1,000 years of eating cold wind and sleeping on frozen rocks. Just to become one of us. Just to be human. It happened during a storm that sounded like the sky was being torn apart. A young woodcutter named Kim, a kind soul but a lonely one, was lost in the deep wrinkles of the mountain. The rain soaked through his hemp clothes, and his breath came out like white ghosts in the cold. Just as he was about to give up, he saw a light, a small flickering candle inside a quiet cabin. He knocked, the door creaked open, and there she was. She wore a hanbok as white as fresh snow. Now, you must understand, in our culture, white is the color of purity, but it is also the color of death. Kim was mesmerized. Her skin was like porcelain, and her eyes, they held a strange amber light that seemed to see right through his ribs. "Please," she said, her voice like silk rubbing against silk. "The mountain is hungry tonight. Stay with me." Kim didn't know he was stepping into a trap set a millennium ago. Let's pause here, my dear ones. Look at the hanbok she wore, those elegant curves, the way the skirt flows like a river. It's designed to hide the body while revealing the spirit. But what spirit was she hiding? She practiced the silence of 1,000 years. Think about that. To become human, she had to endure more than any human ever could. Why do we want to be human so badly? We are fragile, we age, we betray each other, and yet this creature, who could live forever as a powerful spirit, wanted our fleeting, painful lives. Is it because of love? Or is it because only humans can truly feel the warmth of the Ondol? Perhaps humanity is a miracle that can only be seen by those who are forbidden from it. Ask yourself tonight, are you living a life that 1,000-year-old fox would envy? Years passed. Kim and the woman lived as husband and wife. She was the perfect bride. She tended the fire, she sewed his clothes, and she loved him with a fierce, quiet passion. But there was one rule, a sacred vow. Kim must never ask about her past, and he must never spy on her during the night of the full moon. For nearly 100 days, Kim was a man of his word. But curiosity is the rot in the wooden pillar of a house. On the 99th night, the moon rose large and blood red. Kim lay in bed, but his eyes were wide. He heard a sound from the backyard, a rhythmic, wet thumping. He crept to the changmun, our traditional paper windows. They are thin, you see, just a layer of mulberry paper between the truth and a lie. He licked his finger and poked a tiny hole through the paper. He squinted. There, in the crimson moonlight, his wife was dancing, but she wasn't human anymore. Her back was hunched, and from her spine, 9 silver tails exploded like white flames. They lashed at the air, dripping with a strange, glowing ichor. She was chanting an ancient guttural prayer, her face transforming into a snout with teeth like jagged glass. Kim let out a strangled gasp. He had seen the beast. The woman stopped. The tails froze. She turned her head a full 180 degrees and looked directly at the hole in the paper. Her eyes were no longer amber. They were burning coals of red. She didn't scream. She wept. "One more night, Kim," she whispered, and her voice sounded like 1,000 dying foxes. "Only one more sun had to rise, and I would have been a woman of flesh and blood. I would have grown old with you. I would have died in your arms." Kim fell back in terror, calling her a monster, a demon, a curse. But as the sun began to peek over the ridges, she didn't attack him. She began to fade into the mist. "You won the truth," she said, "but you lost your soulmate." With a final agonizing cry, she shattered into 1,000,000 white petals of fox fur. She was gone. Not to heaven, not to hell, but back into the cold, lonely mist for another 1,000 years. Kim lived a long life, they say, but he never married again. He spent his nights sitting on the cold porch, staring at the mountain. He realized too late that the monster was the only one who ever truly loved him. He realized that a secret is sometimes the only thing keeping a house from falling apart. So, my dear friends, when you leave this warm Ondol room tonight, remember, Kim, don't go looking for the tales in the people you love. Accept the mystery, value the trust, because once you poke a hole in the paper window, you can never patch it back up. The wind will always blow through. Now sleep if you can, and listen for the sound of a fox weeping in the rain. Good night.